Hello, welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke. If you're wondering where my mic is, it's right here. I got blooming cross with it, so I moved it. Anyway, that aside, I am away on holiday at the moment, so I'm releasing some stuff that is perhaps different from my normal content, so feel free to absolutely click off if you want to. This was a subscriber request talking about favorite snacks and sweets and stuff, so I thought I would actually cover sweets, or as you would call it in other countries, candy. Now, these are from my childhood. There were very strict rules in my house when I was growing up with regards to things like sweets, candy, snacks, and crisp. We were not allowed it very often. It was not allowed. Simple as we had to be treat wise, and the only time we ever really got things like chocolate bars and things like that were at Easter and at Christmas, and they were never really given to us by our parents. They were always given to us by family members, so it was okay. It was an exception. Candy, though, candy, sweets were very few and far in between. But I do have some because we did get them. We weren't deprived. Don't worry. We were just taught to be extremely cautious and treat wise. I do not know if you have any of these in any other countries, but these are called Parma violets. Now, this is the giant versions, but you can also get teeny tiny ones, and they're about that big. And you could when I was younger get them for about 5 or 6p. They were generally considered a great little treat for children. However, they're not actually that popular, but I used to really like them. I don't know why. I can't really describe the taste of them to you. They just taste really nice, and I don't know why, but I would put them in my mouth, I would suck on them, and I would make them last for as long as possible. Bit of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory stuff, where he just nibbles away at it every day. That was pretty much like me with Parma violets. I loved them that much. Would I eat them now? Oh yeah. These are called flying saucers. Okay, whenever we got these, we used to have to hide them from our mum because she loves these just as much as we did. And they're like a sugar sort of paper sort of thing, and what they're filled with on the inside is sherbet, and you would put them in your mouth, and they would literally just melt away in your mouth. And oh, I absolutely loved them, and they were quite sour as well, actually. Blackjacks. These are obviously black. They are little rectangle chews. You can buy them individually like this. You can buy them in bags, or you can buy them in just like little narrow packets like that. And this is licorice. This is straight up licorice flavored sweets, flavored candy. And they can be quite hard on your teeth. They can also be served with a sweet that is supposed to taste like fruit salad. I wasn't as keen on that one as I were the blackjack. These are quite popular, but of course, licorice is a very acquired a taste. Not everyone likes it, and I like it. And I can't remember if my brothers and sisters do. I can't remember, but yeah, anyway. Okay, if you're wondering what on earth this is aniseed balls. Quite literally that. They are tiny little balls like that, and you generally get them in pick and mix. You don't go for them individually. It's very rare that I've seen them individually anyway. Let's just put it like that. But they are rock hard. They are rock hard. They're very difficult to bite into. I don't recommend biting into them. But these two, they're made of aniseed, and they taste like licorice. Well, I'm guessing that licorice actually comes from aniseed anyway, but I love these. The only problem was if I had these in a pick and mix in my bag, my dad's hand would be straight in. He would be there taking out the aniseed balls, and I would have to run away because he would take my aniseed balls. And my dad's one of those people, even to this day, who will not just take just like one, maybe. He'll go straight in with his hand, and he does it to wind you up. He's just a wind up merchant. And I'm so used to it that I don't care now. But back then, I was like, no, they're my aniseed balls. But I loved them. And sometimes Dad and I would go to the pick and mix stand, and we would just get aniseed balls. Okay, so on here we have foam shrimps and foam bananas. Now, I'm not actually keen on the flavor of these, but the reason why these have made the list is because it's one of those rare circumstances where I actually like the texture of them more. And they're sort of really, really fluffy, but quite dense and quite chewy, but not to the extent of perhaps like toffee or something like that, but they are just really satisfying with the texture, and that's why they made that list. Mint humbugs. Okay, so out of all the sweets that have made the list for this video, this is the one that I would get once a week. At least once a week, and it would just be one. Now, my mum and my dad, they never bought them for me and my brothers and my sister. This would be something that our nan, our grandma, would actually give to us. So her flat used to be near our school, and what she would do is she would walk down and she would come to meet us from our school. She wouldn't pick us up or anything like that. She would just come to meet us so that she could say hello and give us all a mint each. And that's where we would get our mints from. These are mint humbugs. And we would also go to her house, and the one thing that she would always open for us is the mint tin, and she would give us two each, and she would give my mum one as well. So we never used to make a habit of buying mint humbugs because Nan would always bring us a mint humbug. Okay, so on the screen here, we have a candy watch. We also got candy necklaces and candy bracelets. This would be the sort of thing, like the Palmer Violets, that I would actually make last all day, maybe even a couple of days, but because they're out in the open, generally a day I would have made them last. And I used to love it because I used to pretend that I was wearing a watch or wearing jewelry or something like that, because we didn't have much in the ways of like jewelry and things like that when I was growing up, mostly because we were too busy playing with toys. Last but not least, toffee pennies. These are a really famous sweet here in the UK. I don't eat these very much now because they don't agree with me so much. I'm not actually very good with dairy products. I'm not really supposed to have it, but I do. And sometimes it's great to annihilate yourself like that because it's worth the sweetness and the treat. But back then, I used to eat a fair amount of them, and this was before we actually knew what was causing my stomach problem. Well, I say a fair amount. We were only ever really allowed them at Christmas, because they would actually generally come in a tin of Quality Street, and that would be one that I would actually always dig out. Well, anyway, there we go. Those are some of my favorite sweets from when I was growing up. What are yours? Because obviously, not all of these are going to be in other countries. I know I have quite a few viewers from other countries. Let me know what you think. Chat about it. Don't shout about it, although there's nothing really to shout about here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.